Reflections have been thought to be windows to the world of the dead in many cultures. The ancient Magomosians believed that still pools with clear reflections were the gateways to the underworld. Many cultures also have a tradition of covering mirrors in times of mourning for the dead in order to let the spirit move on successfully. In Life is Strange, there are a few common themes that seem to be overlooked: mirrors, windows, and broken glass. Right before Max gains the ability to travel through time, she can go up to the bathroom mirror and see her reflection with a crown and goofy glasses on her.
I feel like the universe is taunting me everywhere I go today. It all started with that bizarro dream in class.
Maybe inferring that she will be gifted, but also be made a fool. There is also the fact that sometimes things in the world are not always reflected back in the mirrors. Why is it different? In the girls' dormitory bathroom in episode 3, Hole to Another Universe is not reflected in the mirror, but in episode 2, it is. In the bathroom at Chloe's house, the bird you can save does not show up in the picture Max takes of herself in the mirror. "You killed Kate," or "Kate should have jumped" graffiti doesn't show up in the bathroom mirror in the Two Whales diner. Other graffiti about Kate also disappears in the mirror in episode 3. So what is up with the disappearing graffiti? Can it be connected to Chloe's car having disappearing and reappearing graffiti? Why do all these instances happen in the bathrooms? Some would argue that the bathroom is the most likely place for a mirror. But Stanley Kubrick, a famous director, often puts scenes of human vulnerability in the bathroom, because that is when we are most exposed and defenseless. Many of our urban legends revolve around the bathroom mirror, Bloody Mary to be one good example. So maybe the mirrors are windows, but let's take a look at some literal windows. One of Life is Strange's heavy influences is Catcher in the Rye. In the book, glass was always a symbol of Holden's desire to freeze time, and never let anything change. When Max looks through her viewfinder, through glass, and takes a picture, she is freezing that moment of time.
Film little pieces of time. But he could be talking about photography, as he likely was.
Okay.
Max also says,
If I'm not looking through a viewfinder, I'm looking through a window. Always looking.
So the windows and mirrors are important. But what about glass breaking? When does that happen? It happens at the end of the story, which is the beginning of the game. The very first sound you hear is easily overlooked. But it sounds like little pieces of glass breaking. It stops after you get up. And no, this is not what pine needles sound like. And when you make it up the hill, it looks like there are large pieces of glass all over the ground. Then, when the lighthouse is struck and falls, the part with the glass windows seems to be heading right for Max. So if the mirrors are windows to another world, and glass represents freezing in time or preserving moments in time, what does it mean when the glass breaks and the seals are broken? The end of the perfectly preserved world of Blackwell. But that isn't a bad thing. Things change, end, and begin. And that's okay. You can't stay forever. Just because something is gone doesn't mean it's the end of the world, even if it feels that way.
This feels like the end of the world.